All right. Hello. It's 34 degrees in Portland right now. It's going to be 36 degrees, maybe. That's the high today. 27 degrees low, and it's pretty cloudy, as I think everyone can see right now. Tomorrow, there's going to be a wintry mix, so that'll welcome spring very nicely. 39 is the high, 21's the low. Sunday, it's going to be sunny, so that'll be nice. 28 degrees high, and is that 9 degrees low? What? That's shenanigans. Anyway, that's the weather.
Well, that's the weather. Absolutely. Happy first day of spring, all. So here's our theme music. And I want to let you know, during the show, you can dial 874-3000 to donate to WMPG and specifically to Nonprofit Insider, which is celebrating its 1-year anniversary. Hi, David. How you doing?
Oh, I'm just peachy today.
Yeah, I bet you are. I bet you are. Well, why don't we listen to the song and then I'll come right back to you. How's that?
Growing. I've grown too big for tourist towns. Yeah, I might leave a few friends behind, but these weights are tying me down. I can't be sure that there's something in store that will quench my furious appetite. I'm a constant seeker in converse.
All right, it's time for Nonprofit Insider Begathon Edition. Here's David Unger, your host.
Well, here's my first disclaimer even before I go into my introduction. I have no control over the show today, folks, so this could be a wild one. Welcome to Nonprofit Insider. My name is David Unger, and I'm pleased to be hosting a show with executive directors and key people of local nonprofits. I've worked in the nonprofit world for over 30 years. In those years, I've realized that the majority of the community does not know about the organizations that provide critical services and benefits to our community that we sometimes take for granted. Nonprofit Insider is a chance to hear about the organizations that touch so many in our community. This is going to be very, very important right now. The opinions expressed on Nonprofit Insider are not necessarily those of WMPG, its staff and underwriters, or of USM. So, Deb, it's first day of spring.
First day of spring. Happy spring at one and all.
And it's also Begathon.
It's the Spring 2015 Begathon. That number is 874-3000. We're hoping you're going to call and show your love for Nonprofit Insider.
And it's also the 1-year anniversary of this show.
What a year, huh?
So sitting around the table with us right now are 5 students from USM.
Woo!
And
Go Huskies!
And we're going to celebrate by...
Thank you, Lawrence Welk.
We have some sparkling cider to celebrate the first anniversary of the show. So first of all, I want to thank everybody for allowing me this opportunity to do Nonprofit Insider. It's been a great experience, and hopefully folks have gained and learned from it. And I know the nonprofits that have been involved have appreciated it, and it's been a wonderful experience, and hopefully I'll be able to continue. But I can't continue it unless...
Oh, that's my cue.
That's your cue,
yeah.
Deb.
Hey, everybody there, I bet everyone, all your guests know the number.
874-3000.
874-3000.
Okay, let's try this all together. 1, 2, 3.
874-3000. Operators are standing by to get your pledges and offer you some thank you presents as well.
There you go. So, as you probably can tell, there's more than one guest we have in the room with us today. Why don't we go around the table and introduce ourselves and tell a little bit about ourselves.
My name is Noelle Leah, and I'm actually on one of the other shows called Speak Freely on
Wait,
Mondays.
we can't plug other shows now.
Why? Well, it's here.
She's
Not
brilliant.
a profit.
She's brilliant on that show,
She
too,
is.
by the way.
Thank you. I'm a third-year student here studying political science with the track of international relations. And
I'm Kat. Everybody hears me most of the time. I love WMPG. I'm a super senior, so this is my 5th year. I'm graduating in May. Yay!
We hope, right?
Hey, I got all my ducks in a row.
Okay.
I'm ready to go. With a double major in communication media studies a minor in Women and Gender Studies, and I was recently awarded the Maine Association of Broadcasters Award from USM. So.
Wow.
Hey, good job. Good job.
Hi, I'm Katie. I'm a sophomore at USM. And I'm
A little louder.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So I'm Katie. I'm a musical theater major at USM. This is my second year in college, my third semester at USM, so I transferred. And I love working at WMPG. It's a lot of great people here, and it's a really good experience.
Good.
My name is Chelsea, and I'm a sophomore here at USM. I like cat. I am.
You like cat?
I am like cat.
Oh, I thought you were just like, I like cat. I'm
I like cats.
Thank you.
I'll just
long
leave
walks
now.
I'm a double major in media studies and communications, and I'm minoring in marketing.
Great.
And I'm Nicole. I'm a sophomore at USM, and I'm currently undeclared, but probably going to head into the art field.
Because she's amazing.
Yeah, she does do some great work. So I bet you everybody's wondering why I have students on the show today, especially with the 1-year anniversary and with Begathon.
874-3000.
Okay.
874-3000.
What number was that?
874-3000.
So one of the things that I thought would be really nice is that students are such a critical part of nonprofits, and especially at WMPG, because you do so much here. What are some of the things that you do on a day-to-day basis here?
Well, today I had the pleasure of experiencing the Begathon for the first time, and I took calls. So we take calls, which is pretty fun.
And what number was that at?
874-3000.
Okay. And Kat, what do you do here?
I think everybody does a little bit of everything, really. I take care of the community calendar. I work on that. I'm a really good vacuumer. I dust a lot, too. Just like little office work, and then I get to do fun things like promos and stuff like that.
Right.
So I love it.
What was the question? Sorry.
What's your critical role at WMPG?
My critical role. Well,
Louder, please.
I do a lot of databasing and just random tasks that are not random, but
Right.
they're random, but they're important to keeping things going smoothly. So I do those things.
Okay.
Paperwork and stuff.
Great.
I normally work on promos with my lovely friend Nicole. We produce some wonderful promotionals for events that are coming up. And I also currently I'm working on the upcoming spring fashion show with Dale Robin, and that is coming along quite nicely. So I'm pretty excited for that.
Good.
I usually work on a lot of office tasks and some promos, and I make a lot of the banners and posters that
You do a great job.
hang around at events. Thank you.
So you've seen the inner workings of a nonprofit. What do you think what are your perceptions? What makes it tick? What makes WMPG different from your perspective? You came in, you applied for a job, not necessarily thinking you were going to be at a community radio station, but what makes it tick? What do you see that really is an aha moment for you here?
I guess working for a nonprofit is that we rely on donations from other people. So it's really important to us to connect with the community, connect with our donors and our listeners, and not, I guess not really adhere to whatever they want, but we take what they want into consideration when we're thinking about stuff. I guess that's what I think. I feel like there's a connection to the community in a nonprofit organization.
I think we have a phone call. No? Oh, but
I'm just hoping we're going to say the phone number again.
874-3000.
Thank you.
okay. It's really important. One, you know what? I think one of the best anniversary gifts I could get would be that we reach our goal of 8 calls and donations this half hour. What do you think? You think we can do that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
874-3000.
874-3000. Okay. So one of the things that has always been a major question for me, and even when I was running a nonprofit agency, was should staff contribute to the annual appeal? Should staff make financial donations to the organization? And, you know, there's pros and cons to this. One would be that no, because staff gives their time and everything else. And the other pro would be if staff doesn't give, what kind of commitment do they have to the organization? If I were to ask you that question, what would you say?
I can talk. I would say that, I mean, like anyone, I don't think anyone should be forced to give, but I think that staff definitely should give to their organizations because, I mean, I know personally that I love WMPG, so I would give, and I am dedicated, so I would want to give, and I think if anyone's really dedicated to their cause, then they would want to help that cause too.
Okay. Anybody else have a feeling?
Yeah, I got some feelings. I've worked here for 5 years now, so I've been through my fair share of begathons. And because, as everyone knows, I love WMPG, I always make it a point, even if I'm having like a rough time, so my donation's a little bit tinier than I'd like it to be, I always try to at least give something, because then I feel like, you know, I feel weird asking people to call 874-3000 to donate if I'm not trying to at least give a little bit, because we always say, you know, give as much as you can. So I feel like
So in the
I should give what I
fundraising world,
can.
we call that the gift of value.
Oh, all right.
You like that one?
I do. That's very nice. So that's what I think. But like, I'm sure a lot of people think we're a bunch of poor college students. So sometimes it's kind of hard to think about, you know, donating money. But I think it's pretty important. So.
Anybody else?
I know for me, WMPG is like my family. I come here and I feel welcome and I'm excited to come to work, and it's just a great community to be in. And to contribute to that community, I don't feel like I'm giving anything up, because I know WMPG does so much for me, and it doesn't feel like I'm sacrificing anything when I spoon out a few dollars, you know, for the place that I love to come to every day. So.
Okay.
And I would just add that, I mean, like she said, it is like a community and a family at that sense, because it's a totally different environment, and like for me to give it just feels like I'm giving to support whatever it is that I am getting from here. Like the show that I'm on, Speak Freely, it's an opportunity that I don't know where else I would get it from, you know. So it's just great in the diversity that happens here.
So, you folks know I'm a professional fundraiser, right? You didn't know that, did you?
Hold on to your pocketbooks.
There you go. I actually went in to do a solicitation to a group and got yelled out in the back, "Here comes the pickpocket." So, would it be appropriate for me to ask whether each of you will make your own gift to WMPG as part of this Springathon?
Springathon.
Begathon. Spring.
We're just so excited for spring.
That's it.
Are you asking us if we're going to call 874-3000?
Or make a payment when you leave.
Do it right now.
Yeah.
So, as staff
your
people,
wallets.
would it be okay to ask you to make your own gift for this Begathon?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you're going to do it?
I got plans to do that.
Paid
Great.
today.
It's Friday.
So if here we are, and I'll quote one of them, and I won't mention which one, said, we're poor college students. If the poor college students could do it, our listeners could do it also, right?
Yeah.
They could call
Okay.
874-3000.
874-3000. It doesn't matter the amount of the gift, it's the gift of value, right? All right, so I have a very difficult trivia question for this group now. Okay? And I'm going to ask it, then I'm going to go to my midpoint identifier, and then you can give me the answer afterwards. You ready?
Ready?
What are the call letters of this radio station and the phone number they should call? Hi, this is David. I'm host of Nonprofit Insider, and I know this show's going downhill very, very quickly. But it's fun that we can have this opportunity. You're listening to WMPG 90.9 and 104.1 FM. Today we have with us Deb wants to say something.
I just wanted to read this card if I can before you get back into it. But
Go.
all right, thanks. I want to let you know that WMPG is supported by listeners and by the Portland Phoenix, the weekly paper that tells Portland's story. The Phoenix is available at 730 locations each Thursday and online anytime at portlandphoenix.me, featuring event listings with self-serve event postings, columns, reviews, and news. The Phoenix is now accepting nominations for Best of Portland 2015 online at portlandphoenix.me. I wonder if Nonprofit Insider will be part of that list.
We could find out.
874-3000. Show your support for Nonprofit Insider by calling. We need your money. We wouldn't ask for it if we didn't need it, and we need it.
All right, so the trivia question was, what are the call letters of this radio station and what phone number should they call? Do, 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 do. Anytime, folks.
Answering.
Deb will answer.
The call letters for WMPG are WMPG.
Oh,
I feel so
it's on the
smart.
tip of my tongue.
I beat the college students. I beat the college students.
Because you graduated from college.
Because she graduated already. Huh?
There's a lot left to learn.
So, what questions do you have about nonprofits? If you had one question about a nonprofit or the work that they do, what would it be? What are you most curious about?
I have one.
Go ahead.
What is the most, I guess, either like the most rewarding or like the best thing about working for nonprofits to you?
To me, I get my greatest satisfaction when I spend a lot of time planning a program or getting involved in a project, and I can kind of sit back while the project is happening and just watch it. And knowing that the work that I did really is able to make a difference. There's a lot of work that goes on in nonprofits, and I think that sometimes, and I'm being very generalized here, they go off their mission. So the mission of WMPG is very clear. It empowers community radio. I mean, I'm summarizing it. But, if you look at a lot of the nonprofits and what they do are the programs that they're building and creating really working to achieve their mission. So to me, it's keeping that mission in front of you and really making a difference in the group that you're working with, no matter whether it's a disability, whether it's a different type of social service or whatever. We had a couple of nonprofit consultants on a couple weeks ago, and we're bringing them back in May to talk about the case for support, or what is the story of the nonprofit. And if you think about WMPG's story, it's really, really good. It's community radio. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Where could someone like me have a radio show? I mean, let's be honest about it. But it's really, really good stuff. So it's that kind of feeling. So
What, and I feel like you already answered it, but like, what keeps you going at like the most difficult times? Because like, I know that sometimes when I'm like volunteering or working on a project in the community that involves a lot of like outreach, in particular like going to door or calling people for Beckathons and whatnot, like what keeps you like going to?
Again, knowing that the work that I'm doing will make a difference in someone's life.
Yeah.
And, I'm a social worker by training, so I have my master's in social work. And so helping people and being what we call the change agent of actually making a change in a system or a paradigm within a system or an individual's life is really important to me. So it's really good stuff. And, the thing that a lot of people need to really think about is nonprofits can be looked at so many different ways. So you're each in a career path, okay? What are you going to do in that career path to give back to the community? How are you going to give back to the community? The community hopefully will be very good to you and give to you, but what are you going to do to give back? And, when I talk to students or programs, those are the type of questions that I ask. It's an exchange. Mm-hmm. What else? Come on. What do you see in terms of community here? What's been the most impressive thing that you've found with community here?
What was the question again?
They're queuing up for the next show. What do you? What is the greatest feeling you found here in community? You each mentioned it at one point or another, but what made you feel that way?
I can say that the people here are really considerate and friendly, and it's a very open community here. We're very accepting of everybody's beliefs, everybody's orientations, everybody's ideas, and we're not judgmental. And I think that that's a really big part of WMPG is because we're a community radio station, and we're all about giving everyone a voice, and the community in this station reflects that, and I think that's really powerful.
Also, I think I was trying to think of how to word it. I have learned so much from this station, and I think that's because people are calling 874-3000. But also, I've learned.
Calm down, Dad. Calm down.
874-3000. That's our new jingle. I just decided. Anyway,
And you heard it first on Nonprofit Insider.
I've learned how to do so many things here, and that's just because everyone, for the most part, I'm sure there's a couple people, but everyone that you encounter is always willing to either help you out or teach you how to do something, whether it be technical or, Lisa's always there to tell you like how to talk on the radio and, all that stuff, and all the trainings that you can do here, like news training, on-air training, any kind of training, Jim with his camera, 874-3000. But yeah, so this is a great place to learn about really any aspect of either the Portland community, because there's so many different events that we do and we go to. I've learned how to MC a fashion show, so it's a very welcoming and always willing to help you with what you need kind of place.
And you were on the board at one point, or you're still on the board, right?
Yep. My term ended last month, actually.
Okay.
So I was on the board. So that was nice because I learned how to talk about doing board stuff.
That's a very technical term.
I'm also the chair of the student communications board, so I learned how to, be the chair of a tiny organization, like a tiny board, and just like learning all the lingo and stuff like that, and calling 874-3000. So I've learned a lot, and I couldn't have. There's so many places I am in my life that I couldn't have been in without being at WMPG and calling. 874.
Just so people know, there's someone walking. Jim Rand, our station manager, just barged into the studio, and he's randomly taking pictures.
Of course.
And this is supposed to be radio, not television, Jim.
Face for radio.
Oh, boy. So what other feelings of community does WMPG give you folks?
I feel like everyone here just honestly cares about each other. Like, you go around other places on campus, and I don't know, a lot of it seems doing the things they do to get the job done, to be efficient and, like, run the business of the school. And here, you come here, and everyone actually cares about each other and wants to hear about their day and really...
But it is a business.
Yeah, but, like,
I mean,
they still care.
right.
It still
I mean,
has that
it's a great model that
aspect to it.
people can really take perspective and understand and work with each other and still be part of a business. But every business needs what?
Money!
Which is why you should call 874-3000.
I don't know. Did we win the record for the number of times? I think Morning Street got that this morning, right? Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
What was the number again?
874-3000. I don't even know how many calls we've gotten in this half hour. Do you, Deb? Do we get any?
100?
I know you got one at least, but I haven't got the
Thank
got
you
the tally
to whoever
yet.
called.
Thank you.
Haven't got the tally yet.
One
but
fan.
874-3000, and thank you for today's lunch to Sea Dog Brewery and all the other
Yeah, it was
businesses.
really good.
That's a good question for you, David, about businesses and nonprofits working together and supporting each other.
And
How
the
does
question
that
is
work?
what?
Well, that is the question. How does that work, and what things do people might nonprofits and businesses benefit from?
Well, again, my constant theme has been throughout the entire show that I started was building relationships. So how does the business build a relationship with the nonprofit, and what is expected in that relationship? You don't want to, at least in my opinion, you don't want to be in a position where you're always just going to business and asking them for things. What are you going to give back to the business? What's in it in return? What kind of partnership can you develop? And the thing is that when you do it, you should be building the relationships along the way so you can go back to that business or that individual and talk to them and have them share part of the vision and the story with you. So to me, that's really, really important, and that WMPG gets as many businesses as it does to support them in so many different ways is just absolutely amazing. I mean, our listeners probably don't realize the working conditions that we're here. I mean, it's an old house. It's I would say fairly well used. Every square inch has a CD or a record or something.
It's a lot of character.
A lot of character. But it really is. You walk in here and you feel community. And, so we need the community right now. And how can the community help?
Call
874-3000.
Thanks to Scott and Falmouth who did just that. And we got
Yes,
another. We had another call from South Portland, I guess. So I don't have a name yet, but 874-3000 is really pain-free and easy to do. And please make sure you ask the person who picks up the phone, ask them about the extra special thank you gifts.
Great. So before we sign off, we're going to give a little extra plug to Mike Hubbard and his music today, because he's been generous enough to donate his music to us for my theme song. So as part of our year celebration. Oh, we have a different song on. All right. So next week we have Katie Hatch. Katie is Executive Director of Sail Maine, and I thought that would be appropriate for this time of year. Let's start thinking about water sports and being outside. The music appears courtesy of Mike Hubbard. There we go. You can find Mike's music on www.michaelhubbardmusic.com. Check out Mike's website to see where he's playing this weekend. Thanks to Deb Danger, NPI's executive engineer. You can catch Deb on Morning Street, Fridays at 6:30. If you know of a nonprofit that should be on the show, please email me at mpi@davidunger.net. Nonprofit Insiders on Facebook. Post a question or give a recommendation of someone you think should be on the show. Past shows are archived at www.tcmgr.com, NP Insider tab. Until next week.
Growing, growing, growing.
And be sure to stay tuned for Zvukli Russi, music from Mother Russia, 874-3000.
I can't be sure that there's something in store that will quench my furious appetite. I'm a constant seeker in Converse sneakers. All